We get it. We know there are a ton of games out there. You have to work to pay your bills to live in your kinda small apartment. Maybe you have a pretty nice house, but you just need an escape from the hectic life around you. Or you're tired of the grind fest from the current Battle Royale craze. We get that it's tough to keep up with new games coming out, which is why Gamers Among Us has another Gamers Watchlist out today with 4 new games coming out that we are sure will provide the escape or adventure you've been needing in your life. We're looking at Dry Drowning, a dystopian noir visual detective novel worth finding the clues for. Then we're looking at Necrobarista, a first-person take on a visual novel inside a necromancer coffee shop where the dead and living come to get Java. Then we're looking at Emberlight, a new game by a new game company where your decisions affect your gameplay in a roguelike turn-based battle system. And last, we're looking at RAD, a post-apocalyptic look into an action roguelike set in a colorful world while you scrounge to survive. Let's click, sip, attack, and survive as we look at these new games coming out this month. Dripping into our first game on the list, we have Dry Drowning, developed by Studio V and published by VLG Publishing. This game is actually out as of last week on August 2nd, playable on PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Set in 2066 within the dystopian universe of Nova Polmos, you follow Mordred Foley, who is an unscrupulous private detective. Haunted by his dark past, you encounter a series of macabre serial killings inspired by none other than ancient Greek myths. Compared to how LA Noire would take on a detective case, but Dry Drowning takes a firmer ground as it is a visual novel. With any detective-style game, the core is going to be rooting out the evidence by interrogating people or searching for clues at a crime scene. Instead of a 3D style room you encounter, you're faced with a point-and-click styling, a often used gameplay mechanic that is fused with the private eye game styling. Set in a cyberpunk world with holographic recreations of murder scenes, you must comb your way through to find the murderer and the underlying plot of the game. Faced with people that will try to lure you down a different path with redirection, lying is common, and you must carve your way through those articulate witnesses to help narrow it to a suspect. Incorporate Nova Polmos's neon-soaked streets, and you'll feel like you're a part of this city that has millions of stories in it, with your sense of morality tested over and over again. This allows for a setup that will force the player, you, to consider how you ask people questions. Would you try for a tricky question to get the answers you seek? Without spoiling anything, Foley mysteriously can tell if someone is lying, which will help in your interrogations. While following on these clues, you of course deal with giant corporations or political parties like the Black Bands, who are described as nationalist with delusions of grandeur. Not fascist at all, which is actually an interesting look into the makers of the game, as the studio who made the game is from Italy, and we all know how fascism's ideology messed with this country. Meaning, hey, they're writing what they know, which isn't bad as it makes for good storytelling. This is definitely a small indie game with no grandiose AAA schemes. It's more about you taking the role of that private eye going down that dark path to reveal the hidden story behind the city's undertone. If you're into film noir or enjoy a good detective story, check out this intriguing set of mysteries encased in a captivating artistic backdrop. Flipping into the next game, we have Necrobarista, another visual novel video game, this time made by Route 59, set to be released August 8th, 2019 for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, PC, and Mac. A game that was originally intended to come out October 2017 and has had some delays. In fact, as we put out this video, it looks like the game may be delayed again. At this time, it may be pushed back to more Q3 of 2019. Hopefully, it still comes out around August 8th. You play as Matty Zhao, a young necromancer whose teacher also happened to be a coffee expert. You run the Terminal A hipster coffee shop. You proceed on a modern-day visual novel tale of magic and myth, set in a necromancer-run cafe frequented by the recently deceased and living alike. Unlike the methodic pace of the previous game, you're faced with a rushed onslaught to figure out what is going on in this game. That is because the game takes place over the course of one night. The game is set in episodes with different acts, allowing you to pick different stories or events. Pick words out of a chaotic word game that floats on screen while you hurriedly choose. Once you've picked out the right selection, you can choose to take action on the subject. Plus, the addition of the first-person viewpoint brings in an interesting aspect to the styling, allowing for the fully 3D dynamic camera and animated characters. Explore an open and vast world as you meet unique individuals. Are they dead? Are they alive? That's up to you to find out as you progress through this game, as the dead have 24 hours before they have to leave the mortal realm. So of course they choose to come to the terminal, cause, as any true coffee addict would know, you need to have one more sip before the end of your existence. Since you, Matty, can see the dead, you have to set up some minor house rules for others coming to the shop. Don't ask if someone is dead. I mean, how rude. Heavily inspired by Japanese media to allow a sense of time and place, the team still is working on the development of this quirky but interesting game. Definitely an intriguing entry, an idea for those looking to expand their library or to take a break at the terminal. Venturing to our next game, we have Emberlight, coming out August 13th, 2019, developed and published by Quarter Onion Games, set to be released on PC, Mac, and Linux systems. Sorry console gamers, show no releases planned yet for any console devices. The developer calls this game a true roguelike experience. A true turn-based experience like Heroes of Might and Magic, allowing you to attack in turns with magic, melee, and ranged attacks. Blended with a map similar to, say, Darkest Dungeon, allowing you to move from room to room. Set in a world where the gods have given you great gifts, but also a great curse. Explore procedurally generated dungeons as a Knight of the Ember Order. Conquer the quests set out before your party while uncovering the lore of the land. Since you are a Knight of the Ember Order, you will have the ability to absorb the abilities used by your enemies, which is an awesome feature allowing for customization of each character towards whatever goals you have. Be careful though, as each absorbed ability has a cost. That's right, each ability will corrupt your soul. You will slowly lose yourself to the evil as the quest progresses. This can manifest itself in unstable corruption traits, which lead to metamorphosis into an evil being like a lich. I mean, they say not to do this, but who wouldn't want to live up and go out as a lich, terrorizing people? New game idea, play as the bad guys. Oh wait, it's been done before? Dang it. Well, maybe next time. Once we lose yourself to the corruption, and you will lose yourself to it, you will end up losing or needing to start over. In a unique twist, you will face interesting bosses of corrupted evil each playthrough. Each run has an estimated of 30 to 60 minutes, so expect multiple different types of bosses, as those bosses are none other than your corrupted souls. Yep, in an intriguing twist, your corrupted body that turned into a lich will come back to fight you. Plus, in an added sadistic stab, that boss will have all the abilities you had before you turned, which means you will need a stronger party to take on the boss, thus resulting a new, stronger boss needing an even stronger party to beat it. It's a good take on the genre, and looks to make plenty of options for new playthroughs, with you making your own bosses. Slashing into our next game is RAD, made by Double Fine, published by Namco Bandai Games, to be released August 20th, 2019 on the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. RAD is a third-person action roguelike set in a post-apocalyptic world where humanity has faced Armageddon not once, but twice. Jeez, tough luck guys, better luck next time. Third time's the charm? You play as a teenage protagonist venturing into the fallow, which is an ever-changing radioactive wasteland filled with unknown and unspeakable creatures. With an interesting take, the further you delve into the radioactive, the more you will expose yourself to the toxins within, causing it to wreak havoc on your fragile human form. The world will be dependent on you, the teenager that somehow will save the world, and not an adult or someone more fit to take on the task. Feels like this has been done before. Well, actually, there's a reason for it in this game. The atmosphere is poisoned. The elderly cannot survive outside in this world, while the teenagers are younger and agile. Plus, there's an ability for your body to mutate into several different types of mutant forms, allowing for new, powerful abilities that will challenge you and bring in new ways to play, causing you to constantly adapt your playstyle, like a cobra ability to spit poison at someone, or a third arm to be thrown and returned like a boomerang. Along with those active abilities, you can get passive mutations that will help with things like increased health. Included with all of this, there will be a feature called Top Run, which is a daily challenge system that has predetermined quirks to see who among you is bad and who is rad per the devs of the game, to put yourself up on the leaderboards. To me, this game sounds similar to Binding of Isaac, where each run you will have different abilities and tools to work with. Oh, do we mention there's permadeath? Oh, we didn't? Whoops, my bad. Yep, even more like Isaac. Each time you die, you start back over in the main town of Fallow to buy supplies, upgrade weapons, or withdraw from the bank to help out in the wasteland. One interesting side note is that along the way you will see grass grow beneath your character. This isn't a, "Oh, it's so sweet, we're bringing life back to this desolate world" moment. Well, it is, but also this helps with fighting. You move faster on the grass and it leaves you a sort of breadcrumb trail to be able to tell where you've been. This game obviously has a quirky sense of style paired with 80s rock and roll style soundtrack will set itself apart from the aforementioned Binding of Isaac or a Dead Cells styling, who have already approached this style of gameplay. I personally am pretty excited to get a chance at this game, as it seems to be a fun adventure worth digging into. Thank you for tuning in to our Gamers Watchlist video. Hopefully you found a game from this video you're eager to play. Did you enjoy the video? Make sure you let us know by leaving a like or a comment below on what you enjoyed. Maybe you want to recommend a video for us to look into, have a favorite game you want someone to review, or just really like a certain aspect of a game or a type of game. Make sure to check out our Patreon, where we take video suggestions from our fans and make videos. Want to reach us outside of YouTube? Make sure to check our website at gamersamongus.com. We have all our videos there, articles, and all of our contact information. Plus, you can see all of our contact information in the information bar below this video. This is the Steel Grizzly, signing off, hoping you have good luck with all your future games.